What up? I think I did that almost the right way.
Almost. It was weird. I had like a little echo on my end.
It's all, oh, that's weird. You know what? Technical difficulties, less this time. So what's up, man? How's it going?
I'm not too bad. I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be here on another Monday.
Yeah, it's another Monday. Today is January 11th, 2021, and you are listening to and watching This Week in Geek. You know what? We're having a good time because we're here to talk about all things geeky.
We are.
Bryan.
I mean, I look forward to this. It's like a recap because you don't realize that how long 7 days can be. And then you're like, really? Was that this week? Like if anything happens tomorrow, by the time the next show comes around, I'll be like, has it really been that long? Well, I thought we already talked about that.
I know it goes by pretty quick, man. We have some really good stuff to talk about. But before we jump into all this awesome stuff, I want to know what you watched last week, man. What did you watch? Anything good?
Like I said, I've been watching a lot of the pitch meetings by Screen Rant on YouTube. Those are hilarious. What did I watch? I'm watching I'm rewatching a lot of old episodes of House.
Okay.
Amazon Prime. I did watch this weekend. I watched the history of cuss words or something on Netflix.
That's awesome, dude.
You know what I'm talking? Did you see the trailer? I mean, you may be a little too soft to watch it, but it was a show where they talk about how the English language has determined these are cuss words and kind of how it started.
Yeah. I saw something. There was another version of it too. It was like how something. But yes, I know what you're talking about. It's
Nick Cage is on Nick Cage is the host, so it's pretty intense.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I love it. That's really cool.
But I don't think I took in any new information. I don't think I watched anything this week that was like for the first time, except for the history of cuss words or whatever it is on Netflix.
All right. Yeah, I didn't do any. I finished, Cobra Kai. And that over the week.
Yeah, I don't know if that was this week, but I finished. I'm done with that. I don't remember. It's all a wash to me.
I think you finished it the week before I did.
Okay.
But then I finished it, and then the one thing that I started doing with my son was we started doing the whole chronological order of Star Wars. So we watched that, but we're gonna leave the animated series out. I don't know why, because I gave him the choice. I was like, well, you tell me what you want to do. And he wanted to do just movies. And then I would say, well, what about The Mandalorian? He's like, okay, let's do The Mandalorian too. So we're doing that.
Well, that's cool. I mean, one day my grandkids will be old enough to appreciate it. But right now, getting them to watch 15 minutes of Blippi is tough enough. So Lord knows.
It's blowing up, dude. My son, my 2-year-old, is all about Blippi so much that we had to go out and get him the suspenders, the glasses, and the hat.
Yeah, I did. We're Blippi all the time. And
same, man.
I mean that dude, look at what he's done. Now he's sponsored. He's got his own, he's on Amazon Prime. He's got a deal with like Ked's shoes. Like he's got, I mean, all from just running around acting like a moron and just, hey, this is orange and this is blue. Let's go see what we can do. Like just having the ability to do that, just do it and do it and do it until one day it hits. And that's similar to what I'm doing now with my comic book shit. I'm like, I'm going to keep doing this because I think I'm onto something. I'm going to do it till something hits.
And I think you're doing it, man. Because this hit this last week.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's been out for a couple of weeks now, right?
Couple of weeks, but it hit in the Scout subscription box this last few weeks.
Yeah, so, I was hoping that you would get the WrestleMania looking cover.
Yeah, I did not. I got this cover. That'd be cool though. So that one's a good looking one too though. But I read this book. It was hilarious.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was really good actually. We're gonna talk about it on Two Scout.
Andrew is a badass dude, and Andrew wrote it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was really good, actually. Really, and so we actually on Two Scout Geeks, and unfortunately, we did not release it today. We're going to release it tomorrow because it's a long episode. We talked to Scout CEO Brendan Deneen, so it's a really good conversation with him. but we went a little long on the interview, so we had to switch it up a little bit. So it's coming out Tuesday. But what's cool about it is that we talk about Ghost and Stabbity Bunny and Loggerhead Starbastard. So we did the crossovers.
Yeah, I saw that was the heading. So and there was some sort of tease as to, oh, let's hear what he has to say, and we're going to drop new. I want to know what the new information is.
Yeah, Brendan is going to bring some news.
It's Brendan.
Brendan. What did I say? Did I not say Brendan?
You said Brandon.
Oh, Brendan. Well, whatever. I don't do. Is this the whole same conversation we had last week?
I don't know
pronunciation. Anyway, yeah, Brendan.
Stop fucking up.
Yeah, he's gonna be talking about some exclusive news that he's dropping heard only on Two Scout Geeks.
Well, for now, I'm sure it's going to have to be massive information somewhere else.
First,
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. All right, man. So we got a lot to talk about.
Well, let's do it, man. Let's jump in. Let's put our panties on and jump in. Oh, I noticed. I think you sent over some topics for me to look at. I don't know if I bring this up, you can just tell me if it's going to be up later in the show. But did you put anything up there for the Punisher?
I did not. So you will have to talk to me about that, and we'll bring that up.
All right. Well, don't let me forget about it, because I think it is pretty ridiculous.
So before we get into everything, I do have one thing to say. Everybody can see that ticker running at the bottom. So Oneshi Press is a proud sponsor of the show now, because they are backing the Geek Collective, which is the podcast network that we are a part of. So if you guys head on over to oneshipress.com, you will get 21% off all books, and make sure you guys type in the Geek Collective in your order notes, and you will get a free, let me see where here, I got it written down. You will get a free bonus pack of stickers and postcards. So make sure you guys head on over to oneshipress.com. That is ONESHI press.com for 21% off all books. So
yeah, man, go do it. Like, I'm curious where they landed on 21%. That just seems like an odd number to come up with a percentage. Like, I don't want it to be 25, and I don't want it to be 20. I want it 21. Fuck it, 21%.
I was wondering the same thing. 21% seems like a really odd one.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you'll remember. What's that one site where you get 21% off? Not 20, but 21.
My OCD is like, come on, keep it on an even number.
Well, I mean, 25 is not an even number, but you mean like a number that's
like 20
commonly used.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But now we can get into our topics here. And the first one, I talked to you a little bit about it, and all you sent me back was a sad face, because this was a huge one. Well, and
full disclosure, you sent me like 65 fucking messages, and I was tired of responding. I was like, shut up, phone. So I may have just sent some stuff back that I was like,
that's my bad. But so anyway, if you guys heard that over the last week, we saw that Dr. Dre has been hospitalized because he is suffering from an aneurysm. And right before we jumped onto the thing, they just popped up with a new brand new news, and he's still in the hospital.
Yeah, well, dude, an aneurysm. There's a lot that can go on, but his was an aneurysm in the brain, and as far as I could tell, you're not supposed to fuck around in there. Yeah, and an aneurysm. I don't hear too many people saying that I lived with an aneurysm in my brain.
Yeah, no, I've actually had family members who passed away because of an aneurysm in their brain. So.
Yeah, that's just, dude, that's crazy. I mean, he's only 43 years old or something like that. 46.
I think he's like somewhere around. I think he's close to 50. Yeah.
Okay, that's just. I mean, it's crazy.
Hard. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Obviously he's made some really amazing stuff. He's made some huge accomplishments in his life. It's one of those things that, came from the bottom and now I'm here kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on, dude.
So, I mean, I don't know.
So my heart goes out to him. I don't know that it's fully worth discussing here, but it is sad news to hear that Dr. Dre is in the hospital.
It's definitely worth mentioning. Well, but this one right here is huge. I know you're ready for this one. We're
I
gonna
am.
talk a little bit. Hold on, let me get my ticker. We're gonna talk about some MCU news, dude. Are you ready for some MCU?
I'm ready. I'm curious what you think you know.
I don't know a lot, but I do know this. January 15th, WandaVision drops,
Yeah,
and
I'm
it
excited.
is huge. Are you how excited are you?
I mean, I'm excited to get new content of any kind. I
Okay.
really just enjoy. I like the MCU storytelling. Like, granted, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong with some of the stuff, but I like that they're telling a well connected story through that has all these people involved, and
Mhm.
this is a new part of it. And I
Yeah.
like the idea, which we don't know for sure, but it kind of appears that it's going to be like this episode is 50s, this episode is 60s, this episode is 70s. Thematically, like in this fake world that Wanda and Vision are in,
Mhm.
they're going to go through the different decades, and like, oh, one of them's supposed to be Full House and one of them's supposed to be Roseanne. Like, it's so I'm looking forward to seeing how it's done, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the information and the new characters that we're getting. That's just all fun. I don't see how you can go wrong.
I love I heard somebody did an interview with them and they said by the end of the show it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be like very much cinematic ish, I guess.
Well, yeah,
So
because they're really setting up the whole next phase of movies, man. If
yeah,
if if all the stuff I'm seeing is to be believed, they're introducing like Mephisto, who could almost act like the Loki did in Avengers. Like, he wasn't the main guy for the whole thing because he was working for a guy who was working for a guy who was working for Thanos. Like,
yeah,
so we may bring in Mephisto, and then we may bring in Mistress Death to just kind of and then all that could lead back to Franklin Richards being Kang the Conqueror or Galactus. Like, it's we're setting up the big through storyline for the next set of movies and stuff.
yeah. It's gonna be huge. Man, I've been watching some of the trailers and all that stuff, and they kind of give you a little bit more each time, and I'm just like, ooh, it excites me. I'm at that point where I'm watching everything that I can to kind of get pieces of the story a little bit because I don't know if I've heard really much anything. I mean, I'm sure that if you dug deep enough, you can find stuff exactly what they're gonna be doing here. But yeah, I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. It drops this Friday. Hope and I think they're gonna drop like 2 episodes and then they're gonna follow it up weekly after that. So
Yeah, I
it's
think
gonna be really cool.
I may have to go to work this
Oh,
Saturday and Sunday on something that may be related to a topic that we're talking about now.
that right. No.
I don't know,
Okay.
but there's been some rescheduling going on. So I honestly I got an email that says some of the stuff I was uh, set to do might not happen this weekend and may be pushed back for another week or two. But I'm excited to get back into the swing of doing stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So there was more news and everybody's talking about
The
this one.
swing. Here's a
So
hint right there. Getting into the swing.
there we go. So everybody, you guys want to talk there? That is I heard a little bit of something. I heard some rumblings, man. I got you. I got that one. So everybody knows about this one. This dropped today. You see
Yeah,
this now?
I mean,
This is
I
number
don't
3.
see how all this does is say that Deadpool's rated R, possibly part of the MCU. Like, we knew that. We were just waiting for them to say it. Like, there's no
Yep.
they
Yep.
would have been with as much as our world today caves into those people that make Sonic's eyes change, and that, oh, you can't do that because the whole public outcry and Snyder cut stuff. Like, we live in a culture where if you have enough crybabies joined together,
Cancel culture.
yeah. So this was going to happen. If they had have announced it was PG-13, holy shit! Can you imagine the way the internet would have said, I'm canceling my Disney Plus. I'm canceling Disney Plus. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. So you knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah, we were just waiting for them to actually push the button and say it was actually happening. So I
Now
mean,
here we go. I'm gonna throw a wild card out there.
okay, wild
I'm
card.
gonna if I had money, if I had magic money, I would
Okay.
say that I would put $3,000. I love you, 3,000
Okay.
on the fact that we get a Lady Deadpool in Deadpool 3.
Oh, you think so?
I think because it's got titties and Marvel wants some money, they're going to say, hey, we need to bring that feminist shit over here. And so we're going to introduce a female version of Deadpool or okay, I'll take that back. We're either going to get Lady Deadpool or we're going to get Gwenpool. One of those two things is going to surface in Deadpool 3. That's just me guessing that Marvel is going to try to integrate some sort of female character that's going to, I mean, they did Domino, but they're going to want to branch this off and make their own Harley Quinn. So I think that what they're going to do is they're going to take Gwenpool and then just kind of like stretch the shit out of that.
That's interesting. Man, I don't know. What does everybody out there say? I know there's some people watching, comment in the comments and let us know what you guys think.
I don't like you being in charge because now I can't see how many people are seeing this, or like I used to get live updates on my thing. And now I'm just like, I hope somebody's watching me.
We have 4 or 5 people watching right now on this one here, but nobody's commenting. So we did have this one from Joe Tall. What's up? And then we
we knew that Deadpool was going to be rated R. Yeah. We just don't know where it's going to be on the Disney Plus and how they're going to market it. But we knew we were getting rated R Deadpool.
Yeah. I'm ready for it, dude. What else do you think we're going to see in this one? So I heard something though. I heard that everybody wants Deadpool kills Marvel.
Oh, I didn't read the story, so let me start with that. Like, I don't want ridiculous Deadpool stupid shit. Like, I enjoyed the first 2 movies because there was a movie that featured Deadpool in it, but I don't want the movie to be just Deadpool doing Deadpool shit. Like, I need there to be a story, like I don't want if they do something too over the top. Like, let's, for instance, I don't know, I know that you collect comics, but you probably don't fucking read them. But so back in the day, there was, Lobo went to hell. And part of the reason that Lobo was so cool and the way that he's immortal is he went to heaven and got kicked out of heaven and said, you're not welcome here. And he went to hell and got kicked out of hell and said, you're not welcome here. So that's why no matter when he dies, he just comes right the fuck back. Like, I hope that they don't try to do that with Deadpool and just kind of like piggyback off of that shit.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I hope it's going to be crazy Deadpool stuff, just like the other 2 movies.
But I want it to be a movie. Like, don't just do Deadpool does this and like that's going to be stupid.
So you don't want Jeff the Land Shark?
I don't want to jump any shark.
Yeah, do you know what Jeff the Land Shark is?
No, I don't. I guess I'm too old for that shit. Jeff the Land Shark.
Jeff the Land Shark is in the comics, and then just randomly there's a land shark. Just it's so dumb.
No,
whatever, man. So we got, who's this? This is Richard Jones III. He says, "I would guess Bryan is right. LOL, sounds like something Marvel would do."
And he's referring to adding a female lead that's going to like branch off and be their cash grab Harley Quinn.
Possibly. Yeah, maybe. I don't know though. They do say that Ryan Reynolds is in on the script and the producing, so he's going to have a lot to do with it again. So we'll see what happens, man. We see what happens. So there's something else rumored.
Okay.
And then it may have been kind of like shot down, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So in She-Hulk, there's rumors saying that it's going to feature Jessica Jones. How do you feel about that one?
Yay. I liked the Jessica Jones. Like I said, I enjoy intaking new content, but for me, it's not one that I lived and breathed by.
Yeah.
Like they didn't, the street level guys didn't quite get they tried to put I don't know, they weren't done well as far as like story. They tried to make everything overly complicated instead of just like, I want to see somebody kick ass. If it's a 10 issue or 10 episode season, you need to be fucking kicking ass in 8 of those episodes. And the way that Marvel's doing their shows is we're going to build up and he's got to lose and they got to do this and you kick ass in like the last 2 episodes And you're like, well, fuck, man, what about all that other boring bullshit? Like, the reason people are watching these shows is for the same reason they buy the damn comic books, because they're doing fucking cool stuff and kicking ass and shit. And then you get it on these little episodes of feelings and all that bullshit for 6 episodes. And only kick ass on 2. That's why those shows don't do well.
Yeah, maybe, but I liked them, dude. I mean, but I'm not everybody. I like cheesy stuff.
If you want a bona fide hit,
put
some action in every fucking episode, and don't worry about somebody's fucking feelings.
There are some sleeper episodes in a lot of these different things. So, but like I said, this was rumored and people were getting excited.
Dude, honestly, I'm happy that they haven't written off the Netflix characters. I'm glad that they're still trying to weave them back in at some I shine the light a little further on those characters. That's awesome. But I personally, I don't. Okay, take some pictures and drink some beer.
I love that you did say that they're shining some light on this, because Feige addresses the Luke Cage and Jessica Jones return. So he took to when they were interviewing him for the WandaVision, and they asked him about any of the Netflix MCU whatever shows coming out, and they asked him specifically about these 2 characters, and he said, you know what, basically he said, you know what, I'm not going to write them off, but right now, everything that came out of Investors Day, that's what we're focusing on. So if anything after all these things are already, set into place and coming out, then we might use them later on, but we're not writing them off.
I think that's a misdirect. That's a misdirect. I think what we're going to end up seeing is we're going to see those 4 or 5 characters that were on Netflix sprinkled into other television shows like She-Hulk and Moon Knight and all and Miss Marvel. We're going to see those characters sprinkled into maybe 1 or 2 episodes just to kind of, I hope you don't forget about us. So what I think what Kevin Feige is saying is we're not writing new shit for them, but nothing's stopping them from showing up in stuff that we've already got plans at working,
That's basically what he said, kind of. So yeah, he said we're not doing anything new with them, but we're not writing them off. So it's not really saying that they're not going to show up, and he's really not saying anything much at all about them. So I think misdirect, possibly. So we'll see. This right here is not MCU news, but it is. It has to do with two actors that were in the MCU, and it is.
Please don't tell me we turned into TMZ.
No, Tom Holland. Tom Holland wants Robert Downey Jr. as Uncharted 2 villain because he's in Uncharted.
Why does this fucking shit make the news? Like, why is this considered? Dude, every Hollywood actor, like when they say Hollywood actor A says that they would really enjoy playing the part of so-and-so. Well, no shit. They want to be paid. They want to continue to be famous. Duh. So yeah. Tom Holland really has a great relationship with Robert Downey Jr. Duh. He wants to work with him in his next fucking movie. Duh. Why do we have to write this off as like breaking news? Tom Holland wants Robert Downey Jr. to be.
I don't think it's breaking. I don't think it's breaking news. I think it's more obviously.
You're fucking talking about it.
I'm talking about it. Yes, I am talking about it because
that's what I'm saying. Like, why is that a thing?
Because this
wants Rashida Jones to be in an MCU in his next movie, like to play.
This is a geeky topic. This has to do with geeky stuff.
No,
and
I get it.
It's a freaking video game, and they're making a movie out of it. Tom Holland's the first one, and he wants Robert Downey Jr. as the villain. You know what? Number one, Robert Downey Jr. did a really great job in the MCU, but these movies that he's been making afterwards.
Which movies did he make afterwards? Just the Doolittle.
Doolittle.
Movies. You said movies plural, as if he's done more. So I was wondering.
Who cares if it's a movie or movies? I honestly don't know what else he's making right now. But I'd love to see him in a different. I'd love to see him in a villain. He does really good. But
yeah,
I want to see him in another franchise,
like a quirky detective, like in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He was super entertaining at that level. And watching when he did The Soloist with Jamie Foxx, like the
that was a
dude
good
can
one too.
act his ass off. And I don't know that I can't recall him ever playing like a bona fide villain.
Yeah, not much, I don't think, but I mean,
I
I
don't
can't
know.
remember anything either. I can't remember anything either. But there's also rumors that he wants to continue with the Sherlock Holmes franchise as well. So
Yeah, do
there's a
some
lot of
Guy
stuff.
Ritchie stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see that. I would love to see another
But I
Sherlock
mean,
Holmes.
he's old now too. Like he's not going to be doing all them fight scenes and shit. Like I remember watching, what was it, Sherlock Holmes 2, where he got punched in slow mo and it was like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it was so good, so freaking good, man. Like that whole scene when he's doing the bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah,
Dope.
that's what I'm talking about.
Dope. Yeah, dope scene, best scene
But as
I've
far
ever
as this goes, I would want to work with my friends too. There's a reason that Adam Sandler movies have all the same fucking guys in it, because that's who they like working with and they know how they work. So Tom Holland's like, hey, if you guys are looking for a bad guy, I happen to be friends with a guy who's an excellent actor. Duh. So for me, when I see sitles like this, I'm like, celebrity A wants celebrity B to be in movie C. Like I fill in the blanks. It's all, of course they do.
Yeah. So we got some DC news coming up here in a second. So I mean, we've all seen Wonder Woman, right?
I guess you still have the Tom Holland thing, but
Have you seen Wonder Woman? I do have that Tom Holland thing.
I did not finish it, but I honestly don't feel the need to finish watching Wonder Woman 84. But it got on Rotten Tomatoes now,
Boom.
which it,
Wonder Woman 84 drops rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, dude. Their only problem was the first Wonder Woman was not cheesy.
Yeah,
and then they decided to switch it to cheesy. Like that's for me. That's what changed. If it was, if the first one was cheesy, this new one would have been just fine. But they fed us the fact that we're going to have a very grounded kind of feel, and then they completely flipped the script and we're just like, well, where the fuck did this come from? This feels like it's tied to Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. That was so much cheese. Like I needed more taco shells because there was so much cheese in that movie. So it fits in with that, but it didn't fit in with.
There were some good scenes in that movie, but then
there are. But what I'm saying is, there's a very different feel between Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, and Justice League. Now, regardless of what you think of those movies, those three, and the first Wonder Woman. Those four movies have a very different feel than Suicide Squad and Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, and Wonder Woman 84. Those are it's completely different stuff. Yeah. And I don't think they play well. You can't just interchange the parts.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. I regardless of the movie was dumb, but it was designed that way. And if we had expected dumb, I think it wouldn't have gotten such low ratings. But we went into it expecting something completely different because that's what we were led to believe.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, man. I was really hopeful for Wonder Woman, and I wanted it to be so good. And when they teased that first scene, I was just like, oh, this does look good. And you hated that scene, but I was like,
there's not much that I enjoyed about anything that I've seen.
Yeah. Well, I was very hopeful, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm in it. And then I was like, no, and I'm not one of those guys who like over analyzes a movie. Like I'll watch some freaking Charles Bronson cheesy movies, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, like some Chuck Norris stuff.
Though. If I know that I'm watching a cheesy movie, I go into it with a cheesy movie mindset. I don't go into watching Zombieland and expect something I don't expect all the physics to be right. I don't expect all the stuff to work, but the name Zombieland, and I watch a trailer. It's funny, it's bloody, And that's what I'm getting. So when I watch it, I know that's what I'm getting. But if I watch a movie, if I watch the first part of your trilogy, and we're fucking doing some heavy lifting and some deep shit, and then the second one you put a fucking cartoon on, I'm gonna be like, wow, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It's kind of horrible. But how about this one, dude? This is this is almost laughable because Warner Brothers submits Wonder Woman 84 to the Oscars and to every category as much as they can, even Best Picture.
I don't know why a production company would not do this for every one of their movies. Like, if I spend $100 million making a movie, regardless of what people think, I've got to submit it.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows, man? A fucking Suicide Squad won an Oscar for best sound or some shit.
Oh yeah,
but
this is Best Picture.
But if you, it's for every fucking whatever. There was only like 5 pictures that came out last year, so they're like, hey, maybe ours counts. But if you work at a movie studio and you're not submitting your movies to win fucking awards, then you're not doing your job. Regardless of if it's a turd or not, you have to back the horse because you put a lot of time and money into that project. You have to back that project. So I don't blame Warner Brothers. I just think that good luck.
And I'm trying to look up the box office numbers. They did really good in the box office with this movie, dude.
Yeah, like, but see, that's the thing, because all those people were expecting a great follow-up to the first movie, and they didn't get it. So that's why the Rotten score goes down, because they all paid to go see it because they were really jazzed on the first one. So that's where that money comes in. But the ratings or the rankings on IMDb, or the ratings, all that stuff is based on how well you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and people did not enjoy it, but they paid a shitload of money because they thought the first one was so Bombay.
So as of 1 day ago, Wonder Woman 84 did 131 million globally.
Is that views or dollars?
That's dollars. That's dollars.
Okay, so that's actual people that went to the movie. Dude, I'm happy. I'm not mad for them. I'm just saying that the people are mad because they paid that money expecting one thing, and DC gave them something completely different.
Yeah. And there are some people out there that are like, I loved it. Why is everybody talking garbage about it? Like, it's so good. Like, I liked it a lot. And maybe they went into it, expecting cheesy, but I didn't. I know you didn't.
No, it just wasn't for me. I mean, I could pick that movie apart. Like, it's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Like, I will never in my lifetime watch that movie from start to finish. I just won't do it. It's no need for me to watch it.
Yeah, man. It's bad. It's all bad.
I hope that they win some awards. Like I said, if I was to put out a comic book that I knew was shitty, but I couldn't take it back, it's still my job to pimp the shit out of that comic book.
Yeah. So all right, we got one that's so did you like Doom Patrol, the show?
I think I didn't watch it as it was coming out. I know there's 2 seasons, right? That's out, and there's filming the 3rd season now.
Yeah, 3rd season.
I watched. I'm completely illiterate to DC, so I don't know anything about them outside of the show. I don't have any comic book affiliation with that series, so I wasn't familiar with it. But I started watching it, and it kind of I watched the first 9 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even like the whole first season. Okay. And I just never went back for season 2. It wasn't like gripping enough to where I needed to make it time to go see it. I thought it was fine. It was funny. Brendan Fraser is doing he's got the vulgar comedy, but
he's doing his best Silverbacks impression.
He is pretty vulgar and volatile, but I just I didn't find it intriguing enough
Yeah.
to keep up with.
So I tried to get into it, and I never read any like any comic books from Doom Patrol or anything like that. So I went into this like with fresh eyes, not knowing what the heck it was and all that stuff. Well, I knew what it was, but I never knew the content inside. So I went in and watched the first season, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna try to be open, and I didn't like it, man. It was just not for me. I mean, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's there's some great action scenes, there's some great actors in there. I love, some of the people that are in there, but it's just I just couldn't get into it, man, and I never went back for a second season either.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I'll do my best to try to get on season 3 if I can find some postings online saying they're looking for a cool silverbacks looking dude.
I just thought, okay, who's this? So the Facebook user, okay, this is Richard Jones. He says the TV show DC needs to put money back into a Swamp Thing. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
So,
the inside information on Swamp Thing is it was scheduled to be 13 episodes, but they ran out of money and cut it short at 10. And the friend, my work buddy Aiden Stay was supposed to be playing the main bad guy monster, and so he was telling me all about it. He was telling me about the suit and all the stuff that he was getting ready to do, but they had to cut his episodes out of production
really?
because they had spent so much money on the first half. So he did do some stunt work, but he never got to be on screen wearing the full bad guy transformation thing. And so he's still, kind of sucks, man.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of Swamp Thing, and I fully intended on going back and watching the whole entire season. But dude, the first episode was really good. And that's one of the ones I really wanted to see too. And I wanted that one to keep going. That was one of the only ones because I didn't really like Doom Patrol. I didn't really like Titans very much. I mean, it was good, but I was just like, I couldn't do it with those two shows. But when I heard about Swamp Thing, and I was really looking forward to it, I really wish that they can.
Yeah, if they do ever go back to it, I hope they don't film it as dark. The whole first season of Swamp Thing, and I know that they're not doing a second one as far as I know, but the whole thing was just filmed way too dark. It's tough to make stuff out.
Yeah, you got to have a good TV or something. So I mean,
good TV.
Well, I have like one good TV. That's it in here. No, dude, I was fully intending on watching it. Facebook user says the whole season is amazing. Yeah, it set took the set took all the money. Why am I coming up as Facebook user? I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Somehow StreamYard makes you have to
sign in. Yeah, this
sign
is
in or some shit. I don't know.
It's so weird sometimes. Yes, my bad, dude. You might. I don't know why it doesn't.
Are we gonna? Did we pass where I should have talked about the Punisher stuff?
No, we got a couple more to talk about, but let's talk about it here.
No, I'm just saying we're on the DC news, so I didn't know if we've covered all your Marvel stuff already, and I should have done it while we were in Marvel Zone.
We should have. Let's drop back. We can circle back around. Let's do it. Boom.
But it won't take long. It's just remember those people that I told you that would cry if Deadpool was rated PG-13? That whole culture.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the culture has said that Marvel needs to retire the logo for the Punisher because of all the implications.
That's so dumb. I did read something like this.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? They're pushing the public outcry to remove the Marvel's Punisher logo from, like, okay, so what is your plan here? If Marvel takes the skull off of the Punisher, do you think people are going to stop buying the fucking t-shirts and stickers? No.
I don't understand why they would do that.
Bootleg shit.
Why would they want to retire the Punisher? Well, so what is their reason?
It can stand for whatever you want it to. I'm sure groups that are assholes to other people are using this logo And so I just don't see what having Marvel remove it. It's not even like it's the one that's on his chest. It's just one that's associated with. I don't know, dude. It's irritating to me that it's Marvel's.
Because so I found an article. It's because so Marvel faces calls to retire the Punisher logo after Capitol writers were seen wearing the logo. That's just stupid.
Fucking what? So is everybody who was there wearing Nikes supposed to like Nike needs to stop making tennis shoes because everybody that stormed the castle was wearing Nikes? Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
just
I don't think that
those idiots did idiotic shit. Yeah. Like there's a comedian. He says, "Am I supposed to list everything you're not supposed to do with my product on the back of the product?" The fucking list would be outrageous. Don't assist childbirth while wearing these skis. Like, I can't be responsible for people running around storming the castle wearing a fucking Silverbacks Loggerhead t-shirt. You know what I mean? Yep. So if they do that, I'm supposed. Well, Brian, you have to stop making Loggerhead stuff because somebody did some bad stuff wearing your t-shirt. Fuck yeah, off. God damn crybaby bullshit.
Yeah, dude, that this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard just because.
But here's the thing, Marvel will fucking do it.
Yeah, so
I guess the skull.
I guess they caught up to John Barenthal and they asked him about this and you want to know what he said?
He probably said, "Fuck those idiots."
That's exactly what he said. He said, "F them."
Yeah. What the fuck, man? I think Fruit of the Loom should stop making t-shirts because people were out there wearing t-shirts and Fruit of the Loom makes t-shirts. Tattoo guns should stop being tattoos and you can no longer tattoo bricks around your arm or you'll look like that motherfucker with the horns. Shut up. God damn.
Oh man. Hold on, I forgot. We got to put back
whatever. We got it. Yeah, I get it. But stop. Like, to me, I see that and it just hurts my head.
Yeah,
it hurts my head with how crybaby people are. Oh, you know what else is crybaby? Here, fucking put the back frame up because it's about to be some crybaby bullshit here. And this is probably going to make some people mad.
Okay.
So that's how you know it's good. But here it is. So apparently Donald Trump got banned from all social media.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
And they even banned, like, whoever the phone people are, banned the app that everybody left to kind of go start to do their Trump shit. And that's hilarious. Mm-hmm. I get it. I just, but so now everybody's like, well, what happened to free speech?
Yeah.
Hold on. I thought about it. Well, if I write a script today for Spider-Man and send it to Marvel and they don't publish it, then I'll just say that's freedom of speech. You guys have to publish it because it's freedom of speech.
Right. Nope, don't work.
Basically, what the pro-Trump people are saying right now is that they're not telling him he can't speak. They're just saying you can't use my platform. Yep. Like, I'm not telling you, Joey, that you cannot pull on your dick right now. I'm just saying you can't do it inside of Walmart. So I'm not taking the right away from you to pull on your dick. I'm taking the right from you to pull on your dick inside Walmart.
Oh, man. All right.
So
here.
I'm not restricting your free speech by telling you can't use my platform.
Okay. I'm going to rebut this here. And here's a little bit of Joey's rant. So, to go along with what you're saying is, so number one, when I go to Facebook and I sign up and I type in all my diddly doos and I'm like, ooh, I'm signing up for Facebook, I'm signing up for Twitter, right? There's one thing where it says that you are signing up for terms and conditions right there. If you read all that stuff, they reserve the right to delete us if we go against terms and conditions. Boom, over. Right there. We signed up for that. We signed up for them to censor us.
Sure, I get it. I wasn't saying that was not a thing.
But that's not getting rid of your freedom of speech right there. We signed up for that.
They're saying you can't use my platform. So I just found that funny. But I think it kind of piggybacks on the Punisher skull thing. But I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I don't give a shit because I can't change anything, right? But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I wish people would take a step back and look at themselves and say, hey, I sound like a fucking idiot. Either not just in this situation, in a lot of situations. There's a lot of just, if you step back, you're like, oh man. If you saw someone else doing it, you call them an idiot.
Yeah.
So whatever. So I just wanted to get I think the Punisher skull thing is laughable.
It is. I think it's absolutely stupid. I think I read that and I just sidestepped it because it was just not. It was nothing to me. I was like, this is stupid. Why are they doing that? So yeah.
All right. So back to the DC stuff, man. Sorry, I just had to.
We're done with DC stuff. That's all the DC stuff that I know of right now.
We'll get to the rest of it because I got tacos that are ready for me.
All right, we got here one last thing here. One last thing. Cobra Kai showrunner teases a spinoff.
Now, how do they do that? Are you just writing that up there? Or are you going to tell me what the tease is?
I just wrote it up there, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave that one there for you.
What's the fucking tease, man?
He doesn't actually. If you read the article, he really doesn't tell you. He just says, "Yeah, we want to open up." It's one of those things where they tease it. They're like, they asked him, "Are you going to do anything else with the Karate Kid universe?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're thinking of doing some stuff. We got a teaser or a spinoff in mind." He does not drop an idea.
I thought you had something, Joey. I thought you had something. This is what it is.
No, that's what it says in the article. I get it. That's what it says in the article, and I just thought it was good because I want it.
Let's guess. Some show wants to continue doing shows to make money. Oh, shit. So basically what this says is the show is going to continue to chase money. If somebody pays me to do a spinoff about the guy in the back row of Classroom A, we're going to do a fucking spinoff about the guy in the Classroom A.
No, so the reason why I brought it up is because here's my thing. I liked season 3 a lot, and I can probably arguably say a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm almost done. So, and I'll let you get to eat.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, I liked what they did with Kreese's backstory in this last season.
Yeah, they kind of made him sympathetic character.
Yeah, and they did like a Godfather 2 on us, right? They pulled that on us, and I would love to see a little bit more about Kreese's backstory. I would love to see like a little spin-off of him.
Well, you're gonna get some in season 4, I guarantee you, because he made a phone call to somebody.
Yeah, well, I want to see him I want to see him when he's right before the war and right in the war. I want to see.
We're gonna get that.
I would love to see that.
Now, here's what we can get. What if they work out a way to, in season 4, to somehow come up with like a redemption angle so that by the time he dies and passes away, he does the one thing and he throws the Emperor into the pit, and then he lifts the mask off and Darth Vader just sitting there and he's like, "Oh, look, I did something good."
There you go, man. All right, dude. This is it, man. This is the time where we can.
Oh shit! What is that? Silverbacks.com.
Head on over to silverbacks.com because you guys can pick up any and all awesome stuff. You guys can grab this awesome stuff like this, stuff like that.
You know what? I sold something yesterday. I sold the original cover art for Murder Hobo cover I did.
Oh yeah,
somebody bought that yesterday.
Yeah, you guys could buy some awesome original artwork from this guy right here.
Yeah, man. So silverbacks.com. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, let's see. I don't want to cut. I know we got 10 minutes to fill, so you don't have any more topics or anything? Like no comic book news, or you just only have movie news? Or
we can cut it short right here, man, because I know you need to go and eat some food. So it's all good, man. All
right. I will do that.
But yeah, and remember, you guys can head on over to the houseofindie.com, houseofindiepod.com. Always mess that up. Houseofindiepod.com. You guys can listen to all the old episodes there. I drop some really cool content. We are also on Patreon, so head on over to Patreon, type in House of Indie Pod, and we will pop right up. And actually, I've got some news with Two Scout Geeks, twoscoutgeeks.com. We are actually going to be, from here moving forward, dropping episodes every Tuesday. It is no longer going to be every Monday. We're going to drop it every Tuesday, giving me an extra day to edit everything because we are starting to go a lot longer in our episodes. So head on over to twoscoutgeeks.com. You can listen to all the new episodes there, comment on the bottom and tell us how we're doing. And this week we're going to be talking to CEO of Scout Comics, Brendan Deneen, and he's going to drop some exclusive news. You guys got to listen to that one. So it'll be in your podcast player first thing in the morning. So cool,
all right,
dude.
so stay creative and be good people.
We will see you later. And I still don't have an outro video, so it's just going to cut off. We'll see you guys later.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Peace out, guys.